Hi, all of you beautiful, bold, and brilliant, and highly evolved souls. Today, I'm going to just talk about what is C-PTSD. C-PTSD is repeated and prolonged trauma. So it can be from other things, but of course, what I'm talking about is repeated trauma from childhood. And I have Pete Walker's book here, and I'm just going to read the definition that he gives. The first thing to know is that CPTSD is characterized by these five characteristics: emotional flashbacks, toxic shame, self-abandonment, a vicious inner critic, and social anxiety. And he describes them, he says, emotional flashbacks are sudden and often prolonged regressions to the overwhelming feeling states of being abused and abandoned as a child. These feeling states can include overwhelming fear, shame, alienation, rage, grief, and depression. What else would I add to that list? Hopelessness, despair, exhaustion. There are so many. They also include unnecessary triggering of our fight and flight instincts, including the fawn instinct. And flashbacks can range. They can be, I sometimes describe them as compared to a rainfall. So sometimes it's like a very light drizzle, just it just kind of in the background, a little, like my inner critic is going, or it can be like a tsunami and it can just overwhelm me. So they can range anywhere in intensity. They can also vary in duration. You could have a flashback that lasts 5 minutes or half an hour, or you could have a flashback that lasts 4 hours or longer, or you can also go into a complete regression where it's going on and on for days or weeks, or possibly longer. I'm not sure, but so these are the things that are most noticeable about CPTSD, and it is a more severe form than regular PTSD. I think I'm more and more just coming out of, as more and more I come out of denial, I'm just like, I have CPTSD. It's like, the more I accept that kind of reality, then the more I can, tend to that inner child. And I'm realizing more and more that it is really like, about, in those moments of flashback, when you're feeling ashamed or afraid or hopeless or lonely or any of those feelings, it is a chance to, because in that moment, that's your younger self, in her moment of when her parents, your parents abandoned you and left you alone and left you with maybe a big emotion to handle by yourself, or left you in your struggle, or just was ignoring you or busy or anything, any kind of thing like that can be considered abandonment. We're not just talking about physical abandonment, we're talking about emotional abandonment. And so a flashback can be an opportunity for you to comfort that inner child. And I often lately have been finding my inner child like really like in my heart. And so, talk to her, comfort her, find words that feel right for you to say. She wants to know that you're there for her and that she's loved. And my inner child loves to be held, so I hold myself. And yeah, I mean, as you practice, you'll get to know your own inner child and what she needs. Because CPTSD is all about unmet needs. And so this is a chance to give your child what she needs, your inner child. So that's kind of CPTSD in a nutshell. And I think the healing process can be, I've heard it takes 10 years. I don't know. I'm at year 10 about now. I guess it depends on where you start counting your recovery. But yeah. And I guess just in my experience, I feel like as I've been able to, I think, have the capacity for feeling my feelings, I think the intensity and of the flashbacks has actually increased. So I think I don't know if this is for everybody. For me, it's kind of getting worse in a way before it gets better, but at the same time, I'm also experiencing more time out of the flashbacks. So it's kind of a little bit of both, but everybody's journey is different. But those flashbacks, I mean, get to know what you're feeling, and start to once you have more awareness of that, and you can even carry carry around a little, I have a little doll that I've probably shown you before, but this is my little doll Donna, who sits on my desk. And I tried as an experiment, I strapped her to my belly here, to my chest, and carried around for a while, and thought, that's really what we're doing, is we are carrying around 24/7 a child who is wounded and hurting, sad, lonely, and needs us as we become our own, loving parents, the parents that we never had. And no, it's not fair. It's really not fair. And if you're struggling with that, I know I've struggled with that a gazillion times, like, when is this going to end? And why do I have to be experiencing this? And this isn't fair. And, I say that to myself, probably every day. Is this going to get better? Is this going to get easier? When is it going to get better? And so that I think it just opens another opportunity for grieving. I mean, I can feel the tears coming already for me. It's just like, yeah, because it's hard and it's exhausting. And it's like, yeah, it's really, really tough. And you are tough because you would not be here. You would not be, awakening if you weren't extremely, extremely tough. So I know in those moments, in the flashbacks, we feel fragile and small and vulnerable, and just kind of validate those feelings, but understand that, yeah, that you are so strong, so resilient, and yeah, really brilliant. So I think that's was that all I'm gonna say today? And I'm really, really wishing you many blessings on this journey of healing and awakening. And if you have any questions, I definitely welcome them, or feedback or comments. So thank you for watching. I am Davina Shemaya at Boldness Blooming.